Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Show Me Firearms. We've got a video for you guys today that could turn out to be a little bit spicy down in the comments section. I hope it doesn't go that way. That's not the purpose of this video, but hey, you never know. Because we're going to be talking about cheap AR builds today. And again, I don't want this to be, opinion versus opinion, clashing and all that sort of thing. That's not what I'm after. All I want to do is just throw out my thoughts and opinions, hear from you guys about what works for you, and so that way we can just have a free and open discussion, exchange of ideas, so that maybe people who are looking to get into the AR game, can kind of hear our personal stories about what works for us. And then based off of those opinions, decide what works for them. And again, I don't want this to, get spicy down in the comments. That kind of happened on the video we did a little while back about Glocks and Security 9s. I thought I made it pretty clear in that video that everything I said was my own personal opinion from my own experience. I wasn't trying to force my opinions on other people. I wasn't saying that Glocks are always better than Security 9s. I was just saying it's better than Security 9 for me personally. It may differ for you guys, and a lot of you guys think Security 9 is better. That's great, and I'm not faulting you for that because I think the Security 9 is a great gun. And if it works for you, awesome. You found a gun that works for you and you can use it to defend yourself and your family. Me, I think the Glock works better for me. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's dive into some cheap AR builds. And just remember, guys, we're just here to talk. We're not, trying to say my opinion or your opinion is better than someone else's. We're just trying to have a free and open discussion and exchange some ideas. So if you're looking to get into the AR game and you're on a budget, don't have a whole lot of money to spend, you've got a few different options. First option is you can go out and buy all the individual parts that you need. So your lower receiver, upper receiver, trigger assembly, everything that goes into the AR-15, you can go out and buy those parts individually and then build it from the ground up. Another option is to buy a kit, which comes with all the parts that you need, and all you got to do is just take it out of one package or whatever comes in and put it together. Third option is you can buy a ready-made AR and then slowly, gradually over time, make upgrades and customize it to your own liking, which is exactly what I did with my AR-556. I bought this ready to go straight off the shelf. I was able to take it home same day and go shoot it. And then over time, I added things like optics and trigger and all that good stuff. So those are a few options that you guys have to get into the AR game. Now let's take a look at each option and I'll give you guys my own thoughts and opinions about which one I think is best. And again, you guys may have different opinions and that's great. So let's just have a free and open discussion and maybe we can learn something and new gun owners can kind of get a good starting point to get into the AR game. Okay, so let's take a look first at the parts build, whereby you would go out and buy each part individually, have it shipped to your house, and then you put it together. Now, for the sake of saving time, in researching for this video, I just looked at prices on Palmetto State Armory. Now, I'm in no way, shape, or form affiliated or sponsored by them. It's just that I think they're a reputable company. And like I said, for the sake of saving time in researching, I just looked at prices on their site. And these are the prices that I saw as of recording this video on September 8th, 2021. As you guys know, parts and prices, everything is just fluctuating so much right now. So if you're watching this video even a week from now, prices probably change. So just keep that in mind. So looking at the parts build, a stripped lower receiver will run you about $79.99 on Palmetto State Armory. Your trigger, you're looking at $119.99. Grip, $16.76. Upper receiver, $259.99. Bolt carrier group, $79.99. Buffer tube assembly, $44.99. Stock, $28.45. Charging handle, $19.99. Now for the carry handle with the rear sight integrated into it, I did not see one on Palmetto, so I had to go over to Ozark Armament to find a good price for a carry handle with a rear sight. So on Ozark Armament, a carry handle with rear sight is going to run you $34.99. Now this is not a complete and comprehensive list of parts that you would need to go into an AR. There's still other various springs and stuff. You need a safety selector, mag release, all that kind of stuff. but those parts are pretty cheap, so it's not going to impact the price very much overall. When it's all said and done though, a parts build will run you approximately $685.14 to buy all the parts individually and then assemble it yourself. So moving on to a kit build. PSA has their M4 carbine for $349.99, and then you would have to add the $34.99 on top of that for the carry handle with integrated rear sight on Ozark Armament. So if you're looking to buy a complete rifle where you can just take it out of the box and basically go shoot with it, the cheapest option I was able to find online comes from South Georgia Outdoors. They have an Anderson AR-15 rifle available for $499.99, and then you would have to throw in the carry handle with integrated rear sight from Ozark Armament for $34.99. Then you'd have a rifle that you can go take to the range and get some practice with. So the third and final option you guys have to get into the AR game is the route I went, and that is buying a complete rifle straight off the shelf and then slowly over time adding parts and upgrades to it. So let's take an in-depth look at my own build on my Ruger AR-556. We already did a video about this where I talked about all the individual upgrades I did, but we didn't get into the price involved. So we're going to talk about that now really quick. Now I purchased my AR on May 4th, 2020. So the price that it cost then is obviously going to be way different than what it is in September 2021. Same applies for all the upgrades I did. I was purchasing upgrades throughout 2020 and then into January, I think maybe February of 2021. So still a number of months ago. So just keep in mind that the prices I had at that time are not necessarily going to be the same as of September 2021. So when I purchased my AR-556 on May 4th, 2020, the gun by itself, straight off the shelf, cost $639.99. I then added a Vortex Spark AR-2, which ran me $199 on 11/8/2020. Also on 11/8/2020, I purchased Diamond Head polymer flip-up iron sights for $112.10. Moving on to the foregrip, which is a Magpul M-Lock angled foregrip. That ran me $25.60 on 12/14/2020. Then I purchased a Magpul STR stock. That ran me $79.99 on 12/31/20. The sling I have is a Blue Force Gear Vickers Combat Sling. That ran me $52.95 on 1/3/21. To mount my sling on my rifle, I picked up an AR Stoner M-Lock QD sling mount, which ran me $14.99 on 1/3/21. And then I have Groove Tech QD sling swivels, which ran me $16.99 on 1/3/21. Charging handle, I have a Radian Weapons Raptor charging handle. That ran me $85.45 on 1/19/21. Trigger is a Timney AR-15 competition trigger. That ran me $199.99 on 1/19/21. And finally, my Fab Defense grip ran me $29 on 1/19/21. This brings us to a grand total for the rifle and all parts and upgrades. Our grand total is $1456.05. So the nice thing about buying a ready-made rifle right off the shelf and then slowly over time adding parts and upgrades to it is that you can go shoot right out of the box, which I think is very, very beneficial. And then slowly over time, you can add upgrades and really customize the rifle to your own liking. And the nice thing about doing that over time is that you're not hit with this big, expensive rifle build right out of the box. So it might help you with cash flow or what have you, doing it slowly and gradually. So when you're building or buying your first AR-15 and assuming that you've never owned a firearm chambered in .223 5.56 before, let's face it, you're going to have to factor in the cost of ammo into your build, because what good is building or buying a new rifle if you can't go out and practice with it after you get it? So as of recording this video on September 8th, 2021, the cheapest ammo I was able to find online via AmmoSeek was Red Army Standard .223 for $384.49 for 1,000 rounds. That comes out to 38.4 cents per round. Now, as of recording this video, that's what the price is, but I'm sure an hour after I put this video up, the price is going to change, because as you know, ammo has just been crazy for the last, year and a half. And especially now with this stupid Russian ammo ban that our sniffer in chief started up, it's going to get even crazier with the cheap Russian ammo. So just know that that price is only as of the recording of this video. It's going to fluctuate by the hour, who knows, maybe even by the minute. So I know that there's going to be a lot of different opinions, a lot of different schools of thought that you guys have when it comes to building or buying an AR-15. And there may be some of you guys who, for whatever reason, don't like the parts or the manufacturers or the websites that I listed. And that's not the point of this video. I'm not advocating or advertising for these companies and these websites. All I'm trying to do with this video is just share with you guys what I found in my own research based on what I found online. So that way we can start a discussion down in the comments so you guys can also share your research, your experience, so that way new gun owners have a place to go where they can maybe get some information and figure out how to go about their own AR build. Because let's face it, the AR game can be very, very intimidating if you're new and know nothing, because there's so many options, so many different parts, so much of everything. It can be very intimidating. So the idea here is that we can all share our own experience and research so that new gun owners and people who are looking to get into the AR game have a place where they can go and maybe get some idea of how they want to go about getting into the AR game for the first time. Well, that's going to do it for me today, guys. Again, sound off down in the comments about your own opinions, your own experiences with AR-15s down in the comments. Again, let's keep it polite. Let's just have a nice discussion and a nice exchange of ideas. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you being here. And until next time, show me them firearms. What a way to send off the monster mower, am I right? So much freedom!